Yeah, we got one, Chad.
There it is.
Oh, these ones are actually sitting on.
Dom and I still couldn't hit it. All right.
It's a beautiful day for pickleball on the APP Tour. Players have come from around the country with one goal, taking home a gold medal. The stage is set for another incredible APP Tour final.
This weekend, the stars of pickleball shine bright deep in the heart of Texas, who will fly high in Pegasus City. Tradition lives in the Lone Star State with respect for what's come before while embracing something new. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Big stages and bright lights set the scene for drama in Dallas. It's the 2023 APP Dallas Open. Over 500 participants, including more than 350 pros, have all come to the Oasis Pickleball Club in Rockwall, and there are some gold medals to be won today. Welcome into Championship Court alongside Next Gen National Team Head Coach Chad Edwards and Pro Pickleball Coach Dominic Catalano. I'm Dorian Kraft. Fellas, this field has won 89 medals on tour this year. Every player...
That's a couple. That's a couple.
If you do that, I will punch you.
Keep going.
Fellas, this field has won 89 medals on tour this year. Every player competing on Championship Sunday has been here before. What is the one thing that is going to differentiate gold and silver?
Well, what it comes down to is who can make the in-game adjustments the fastest and really change up that strategy and really you'll put the pressure on.
Yeah, and we've always talked about, the young up-and-comers and whatnot. But, again, look at what we have on Championship Sunday. Not one of these players or teams has not been here before. So it's very interesting to see that towards the end of the season. We talked about it, the cream rises to the top, and that's what we have here on Championship Sunday.
The cream of the crop when it comes to men's singles has been Hunter Johnson. He has been a staple on – oh, sorry, the thing says –
Yeah, we're going women's first.
Oh. Yeah, it does say women's. I'm sorry.
We changed it up since.
Yeah, we did. So coming out of that, I'll say one of the staples of one of the staples of Championship Sunday has been the duo of Megan Fudge and Salome Devidze for the fourth time this year. They'll be squaring off on Championship Sunday. Megan Fudge looking to make it back-to-back after finally breaking through in Atlanta last week.
Well, she already has 7 medals in singles this year, finally getting that gold medal last weekend in Atlanta. She's looking for that back-to-back gold. She was taking the 3 in the semi with Yuta Castillo, won that one, and then in the winter bracket final against Devidze, she won, dropping game 1 7-11, but won 11-3, 11-2 to get this rematch.
Yeah, and Devidze coming through the back draw. This is a similar matchup that we saw in Mesa, where Devidze was able to double-dip Megan Fudge. Devidze fought off a match point earlier in the draw against Emily Ackerman to get back here after beating Yuta Castillo in the bronze.
A man whose name is synonymous with Championship Sunday, Hunter Johnson, playing in his 9th men's singles gold medal match this year.
Yeah, and Hunter Johnson was playing exceptionally well on Thursday, not giving up any more than 8 points in any game, and just really making those in-game adjustments that we talked about to get him here to another winners bracket final or Championship Sunday.
And his opponent, Chris Hayworth, his second Championship Sunday appearance, he lost in Chicago, got double-dipped. He had a 3-game battle here that a lot of people were talking about. They got really chippy with Jack Foster. He pulled that one out in the third, 12-10. He lost to Hunter Johnson in that winner bracket final, but then beat Eduardo Irizarry in bronze to get this rematch now.
Another rematch in women's doubles, perhaps a bit unexpected. A rematch from St. Louis. Susanna Barr, Megan Fudge. They will be facing the duo of Bobby Oshiro and Millie Rain, who knocked off the top seed in the tournament.
Well, Megan Fudge and Susanna Barr looking to repeat this weekend after taking gold in Atlanta, getting over that hump. They finally beat Jarjing and Todd. They cruised through the main draw, not dropping a game while winning a couple games 11-0, but then were tested in that winner bracket final by this team, Oshiro and Rain, going 3. So again, we get this rematch that really, I talked with Oshiro and Rain, they want.
Yeah, and I was very impressed by Oshiro and Rain yesterday. Millie Rain came out and she was aggressive. She set the tone. She was driving, crashing, and it'll be interesting to see today just what adjustments they can make to really try to put it to Barr and Fudge.
Andre Diascu, Rob Nunnery, 5 goals in men's doubles. They are going for number 6, facing the new pairing of Savon O'Verne and Daniel De La Rosa.
Yeah, I mean, what else can you say about Diascu and Nunnery? 2 weeks in a row, it's been all business. They've made their adjustments from earlier in the season, and they are coming out and just from the very first serve, putting that pressure on, playing clean, playing exceptionally well.
And their opponents, Stefan Auvergne and Daniel De La Rosa, there is no lack of firepower from these two. They're going to come. They're going to try and pick up the pace. We wanted them to do that in that winter bracket final. They really didn't. They were taken out of their game by Diascu and Nunnery. Got it back against Mick and McNulty in that bronze medal match to punch their ticket to Championship Sunday. If I am in their corner, I want them to pick up the pace, start to pull that trigger early, and we'll see if they make that adjustment.
Diascu going to have to play back-to-back matches because he is playing in the mixed doubles gold medal final with Susanna Barr, and they will be trying to double-dip the duo of Hunter Johnson and Paris Todd.
Well, Paris Todd and Hunter Johnson looking for their 4th title. They won in Punta Gorda, Newport, and last week in Atlanta. They're continuing to look impressive, picking up where they left off last week in Atlanta. They ran into a semi that was pretty tough for them against Humberg and Klinger, having to fight off a match point in that game, number 2, before winning it in 3. And we have another rematch of a winner bracket final.
Yeah, and Barr and Diascu again, in a little bit uncharted territory, having to come from the back draw, looking to double dip Todd and Johnson. We've talked about it before, but as we get further or deeper into the season, these teams are now able to kind of make the adjustments, and they know the sequences, they know the play strategy of these teams. So that's why we're seeing a little bit of the flip-flopping here.
It is shaping up to be a beautiful morning here in Rockwall, Texas, for some pickleball. Blue skies, 64 degrees. The sun is out, low humidity, and we are going to have a fantastic day of gold medal matches coming up. Don't go anywhere. There is much more ahead here at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
It's a beautiful day for pickleball on the APP Tour.
Your meal ticket, right?
Yeah.
Players have come from
Two,
around the
then.
country with one goal, taking home a gold medal. The stage is set for another incredible APP Tour final. What a shot in a crucial moment. Now we're creating emotions here, stepping everything up on championship
Here
court.
we go. Here we go.
This weekend, the stars of pickleball shine bright deep in the heart of Texas, who will fly high in Pegasus City. Tradition lives in the Lone Star State, respect for what's come before, while embracing something new. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Big stages and bright lights set the scene for drama in Dallas. It's the 2023 APP Dallas Open. Over 500 participants, including 350 pros, have all come to the Oasis Pickleball Club in search of one thing: winning a gold medal. Are we going straight into that?
Mike, that was quick.
What's going on?
Hank. Bueller.
Anyone?
Bueller.
It's okay.
All right, all right.
That's why we go through it.
I need to make sure that my IFB is working too.
Man. Stick it on top.
That one.
That's the one. That's the one we need sponsorship for. That's good. Ah, man. The one downside about drinking energy drinks is it makes me have to pee.
Yeah.
I have to be strategic about it.
I'm
It's like
27 times in the morning, and then then it dehydrates you
Hold
by
on.
the end of the day.
Sorry?
But-
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Here, could you? I've got a note card and
a pen.
here you go. Thank you.
It's a beautiful day for pickleball
Man,
on
where
the
they're from,
APP
too.
Tour.
Yeah.
Write down your names, where you're from.
Players have come from around the country with one goal, taking home a gold medal.
Dun-dun. Bum, bum, bum.
The stage is set for another incredible APP Tour final. What a shot
I was doing it.
Now we're creating emotions here, stepping everything up on championship
Here
court.
we go. Here we go.
This week, the stars of pickleball shine bright deep in the heart of Texas, who will fly high in Pegasus City. Tradition lives in the Lone Star State, with respect for what's come before, while embracing something new. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Big stages and bright lights set the scene for drama in Dallas. It's the 2023 APP Dallas Open Women's Doubles Gold Medal match. Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge taking on Bobby Oshiro and Millie Rain in a rematch of the women's gold medal match in St. Louis. That one won by Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge. They were looking very strong yesterday.
Yeah, as Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge, they were really cruising along. They were looking for that repeat from Atlanta last week. They cruised through that main draw, not dropping a game. They were tested, though, in that winter bracket final by Oshiro and Rain, and there was a game plan that Oshiro and Rain had, and it really worked. And I'm going to see if they can get back to that here today.
Yeah, and Oshiro and Rain were very impressive yesterday. Rain stepping up and really being aggressive and putting that pressure on. Unfortunately, it was a little too late in that winners bracket final when they finally found that groove. But in the bronze medal match, they came out and were on fire to start that one. They'll have to do the same thing today.
With a winners bracket final that was so tight, what is the X factor going to be in this match?
Oh, I think that X Factor, I think you're going to say the same thing, Chad. It's Millie Rain.
I was.
We talked about it yesterday. Millie Rain is one of the biggest X Factors in this matchup because of the pace that she brought.
Okay,
wait. So what order? This is why I want to ask. So I need to set them up for the lobs?
Okay. So we're going to go Dallas scene set.
Yeah, so what I'll do instead,
full screen.
because I thought we were coming on cam after.
Go ahead.
Right, so keep it super generic for these live shots. Just like Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge, they've been here before. They're like the proven veterans. Okay. And Milana,
Okay, so
like basically what's gonna happen.
So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that 4-shot, and then we'll go live onto the court.
Yeah, I would say Dorian, you pretty much will lead us all the way
To on cam.
Okay.
Just keep it super generic.
Okay, so you don't want me to tee them up for the match. You just want me to highlight the players, and then when we come in,
You'll
I will tell.
As soon as we
Yeah,
go
so-
on camera.
Yeah. Yeah. So tee up Dom for his illustration.
Okay.
And then we'll bring you back on cam after that. Let Dom finish his point.
Okay.
Then
And
you'll
then
tee
I'll
up
tee
Chad
up Chad
for
for Shira
Bobby
and
and
Rain.
Millie.
Okay.
Okay.
Run their VO from earlier in the day.
Yeah.
And then we'll get back on
Got
the
it.
court and we'll start talking. So like,
Okay.
think about like in football, it's almost like before the tees a lot of times. Where they'll like font like
Yeah.
star quarterback looking for high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to run through it because that's not the way I would have laid it
Right.
out.
So it's it's like real quick.
Okay.
Like a couple seconds.
So Dorian's, you're not coming to us until we come to on cam.
On cam, then you guys.
And then when we go to on cam, it's going to be the illustration. What like?
Landon. Landon.
So what?
Landon.
Say like one.
Landon. Come here.
So one of their, say like, say like Fudge and Bar looking really good again this weekend. What is one of their strengths that they use, like something like that? What is?
How about instead I say, why is the offensive lob one of their best strengths as a duo? Because that's what it is. It's an offensive lob.
It is. It is.
So
But like then it takes away me going, what is that strength? But me telling you what that strength is. You can say, what is one of their biggest strengths that puts them here consistently on? What is the what?
I try to when I set up a question, I try to make it a one, like I'm leading you for one potential answer. That's what I want from you.
Right.
I don't want it to be like an open-ended where you could go a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
So I can say what is their biggest.
And then I can.
I'll say not what. I'll say is it one, and I'll leave it out as the lob.
Perfect.
I won't say it, but I'll say what is their biggest offensive strength.
And I'll say one of theirs is this. Yeah. Perfect. Love it. See, and that's exactly why we need to do this practice with this.
Oh yeah, because that would have been a disaster.
100%.
Did that live.
100%.
And then there's like no way to undo it for the live show.
Yeah, exactly.
The last thing that I want running on main ESPN
Yeah.
Bump. Ow. Okay. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
I don't have my headset on. Are we good?
We're gonna do
Put
practice
it
again.
put it
back.
on.
It's a beautiful day for pickleball on the APP Tour. Players have come from around the country with one goal, taking home a gold medal. The stage is set for another incredible APP Tour final. What a shot in a crucial moment. Oh, now we're creating emotions here, stepping everything up on championship
Here
court.
we
This week in Dallas, the stars of pickleball shine bright deep in the heart of Texas. Who will fly high in Pegasus City? Tradition lives in the Lone Star State with respect for what's come before while embracing something new. They say everything is bigger in Texas. Big stages and bright lights set the scene for drama in Dallas. Welcome into the 2023 APP Dallas Open in the women's doubles gold medal match featuring the 2-seed Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge taking on the 4-seed Bobby Oshiro and Millie Rain. Susanna Barr, the 45-year-old out of Boise, Idaho. That was Megan Fudge out of Florida. Played her collegiate tennis at the University of Illinois. 21 total medals on the APP Tour this year. She has become a staple of Championship Sunday. Meanwhile, Bobby Oshiro won a gold medal at the APP Daytona Beach Open. Her partner, Millie Rain, 25 years old. 4 medals on tour this year. They are looking to add to that total here today. Welcome into Championship Court alongside Next Gen National Team Head Coach Chad Edwards and Pro Pickleball Coach Dominic Catalano. I'm Dorian Kraft. Dom, Susanna Barr, and Megan Fudge have really solidified their partnership. What is their one offensive shot that makes them so difficult to defend?
Well, one of their best offensive shot is the offensive lob. As you're going to see here, watch this spot. Susanna Barr sees this spot, recognizes it, and flips this ball up and over her opponents. Now watch what Barr and Fudge do. They hold that kitchen line, don't give it up. They're a strong offensive position here. Megan Fudge with the overhead, the counter, and then Barr finishes it off right there. That is one thing that they are going to continually, as I step on my head, continually look for on the offensive side of things.
Chad, Bobby Oshiro, Millie Rain, the only team to push Megan Fudge and Susanna Barr to 3 games through the bracket. What has been so good about their play this week?
Yeah, Oshiro and Rain were very impressive yesterday. Rain coming out and being aggressive, setting the tone, but it was a little bit too late in that winner's bracket final. But they made the adjustment going into the bronze and really set the tone and set the tempo there, taking that one against Vivian Glosman and Alex Strong to get back here against Fudge and Barr.
Fudge and Barr won the women's winners bracket final 11-9, 10-12, 11-4. They also won the first meeting between these two pairs in St. Louis earlier this year. That one 11-4, 11-4, more in control in favor of Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge as we are set to get ready here in the women's doubles gold medal match. Blah, 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 blah.
That was so much better.
Good thing we practiced it 4 times. Yep. Yeah, we got it. We got it. Okay.
Right, hey, we're good.
Hey,
good.
Hank, I'm going to put my
Restroom
IFB in to make sure that I can hear for the interviews. Can we test that real quick? All right, hold on.
Great job. That was perfect, dude. Perfect.
Yeah, no, I'm all here for the practice. The more I know what's going on, the better. Thank you so much for
You guys, rehearsals, but I saw you put the cable behind you. Do you guys do that?
Oh, yeah, no, we do it. It's just rehearsals, yeah. Yeah, we're good.
I wasn't paying attention.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. We always like that.
Paid attention.
Yes.
have the ability to like save plays, and I bet we can playlist them after the fact. It's just hard to pack them together. Like So that's like the next iteration.
Yeah. All right. So we need talk about it.
But like Houston, we could easily package it and roll it out. Like some from Saturday to Sunday because we'll have the full truck in Houston like we did in Atlanta.
Yeah. Talk about everything.
We'll have all the bells and whistles like that. So Houston will definitely be able to like do that in terms of talking X Factor and like what works, especially if we're gonna pick couples.
Maybe you need to throw in an extra commercial, depending on how long it takes me to get out there.
No, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Because
It's like I've never walked before. Like
yeah. But we have Komodo.
Oh, then plus, we got
And then we come back with
replay.
You're right.
with the replay.
You're right.
You're good. What are we wearing? White polo?
Yeah, right.
Going polo?
This is all I got, so we're going with this.
Yeah.
Alright guys, 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
2 minutes. None of us had our headsets on, but we heard it.
I feel vastly underprepared all of a sudden.
You say that every time.
I know I do.
You what?
I said I feel vastly underprepared all of a sudden. And then
That's
Dom
why
said,
you just have to take the approach of stress. Jesus.
I don't stress less, Chen.
3,000 people dead in an earthquake in Afghanistan.
Sorry, no one had our headsets on. What did you say? What, Hank? This is women's
Real
doubles.
funny. Real funny.
I said none of us had our headset on. Did you say something? Yeah.
Headsets on.
I've forgotten what we were talking about. No, just joking.
Win.
Oh, it's 88 medals, not 80. How many is it? I said. Yeah, I'm not doing 88 of 98 because I'll trip over that, so I'm just gonna say 88 medals.
88 of 98.
That's why I said. That's why yesterday I went.
88 of 98 possible medals. One.
Or won by everyone this weekend? At
Yes.
Championship Sunday?
Yes. Yeah.
Impressive.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Funky Town.
It what? Pavlovian. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it sounds really funny because Dorian's having a conversation, but
I know,
only
weird.
she can
Only
hear
she
it.
can hear it. So weird.
She's special. Dom and I just special ed.
That's true. Yo, quick. D.
Just to let you know what's going on.
We're about to be live.
Yeah, that's right.
Here, we got 50 seconds.
Okay, Salome came up and
It's a beautiful day for pickleball on the APP Tour.
Okay.
Players have come from around
Okay, so
the country
Salome
with
just said
one
she's not
goal,
playing unless there's
taking
line
home a
judges.
gold medal.
Jesus.
The stage is set for another incredible APP Tour final. What a shot in a crucial moment. Oh, now we're creating emotions here, stepping everything up on championship
Here
court.
we go. Here we go.
This week, the stars of pickleball shine bright deep in the heart of Texas, who will fly high in Pegasus City. Tradition lives in the Lone Star State with respect for what's come before while embracing something new. They say everything's bigger in Texas. Big stages and bright lights set the scene for drama in Dallas. It's the 2023 APP Dallas Open. Over 500 participants, including more than 350 pros, all coming to the Oasis Pickleball Club in Rockwall, Texas, in search of one thing. Not a yellow rose, it's a gold medal. Welcome into Championship Court alongside Next Gen National Team head coach Chad Edwards and pro pickleball coach Dominic Catalano. I'm Dorian Kraft. Fellas, this field has won 88 medals on tour this year. Every player playing on Championship Sunday, they are used to big moments. What's going to be the one differentiator between gold and silver today?
Well, it's going to be who can make those in-game adjustments the quickest. And we always talk about, especially when you get toward the end of the matches as well, of who plays cleaner. But those adjustments are what is really going to make the difference.
And like Chad said, those in-game adjustments is because of the familiarity with all of these players playing on Championship Sunday today. They know each other. They know each other's games. But who can make those adjustments to come out on top?
One of the players that's come out on top recently, Megan Fudge. She will be taking on Salome Devidze in the women's gold medal singles match. Fudge trying to make it 2 in a row after finally breaking through last week in Atlanta.
Well, Megan Fudge seeking her 7th medal this weekend in singles. She got over that hump, got that first gold medal on the tour this year against Judith Castillo, looking for back-to-back golds. Gets the rematch of the winner bracket final against Devidze here on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, and Devidze coming out of the back draw, similar to Mesa, where she was able to double-dip Megan Fudge. Trying to do it here again in Dallas. She was tested early on in the draw against Emily Ackerman, facing a match point, but coming through that one and then beating Judith Castillo in the bronze to get back here to Sunday.
A name that's been synonymous with Championship Sunday, Hunter Johnson playing in the men's gold medal singles match, his 8th gold medal singles match of the year.
Yeah, and like we were talking about at the beginning, the in-game adjustments, and that is what Johnson does so well. He changes speeds, he changes spots, he has the rolls. That's why he's so impressive in singles.
And his opponent, Chris Hayworth, making his 2nd Championship Sunday appearance. He lost in Chicago, got double-dipped, had a 3-game battle that everyone around the grounds here was talking about, got really chippy with Jack Foster. He won that in 3, lost to Hunter Johnson that winner bracket final, and then beat Irizarry in the bronze to get this rematch.
The women's doubles gold medal match, a rematch of what we saw in St. Louis earlier this year. Susanna Barr and Megan Fudge, they will be facing Bobby Oshiro and Millie Rain, who knocked off the top seed in the tournament.
Well, Fudge and Barr looking to repeat this weekend after taking gold in Atlanta. They cruised through the main draw, not dropping a game, but they were tested by Oshiro and Rain, going 3 in that winner bracket final.
And Oshiro and Rain were very impressive here this week. And the difference from St. Louis to here in Dallas is that Rain is coming out and being aggressive. Big third shot drives, crashing behind, and then if a ball gets elevated to Oshiro, look out.
In the men's doubles gold medal match, Andre Diescu and Rob Nunnery have owned this category. 5 gold medals on tour this year. They're facing the new pairing of Stefano Verne and Daniel De La Rosa.
Yeah, and we saw a speed bump from Diescu and Nunnery in Chicago, where Verne was able to take gold there with Johnson Kohler. But since then, Nunnery and Diescu, nothing but business, coming out and winning convincingly.
And Verne and De La Rosa are going to come out with a lot of firepower. They did play Diescu and Nunnery in that winner bracket final and didn't play their game. They were off. They played slower. What I want them to do right now, I want them to come out with a lot of firepower, be aggressive, and see what you can get from there.
Diescu going to be playing in back-to-back gold medal matches. He is paired with Susanna Barr for the mixed doubles gold medal final. They will be trying to double-dip Paris Todd and Hunter Johnson.
Well, Todd and Johnson continuing to look very impressive, picking up where they left off in Atlanta, seeking their 4th title. They got over the hump in Atlanta. They were not able to beat Diescu and Barr 3 times. They get over that hump, but they ran into a tough semi. They got over that, and now are sitting pretty here in Championship Sunday.
And then Barr and Diescu coming out of the back draw, not something that they're similar to or what they're used to, but like we talk about all the time is as this season gets longer now, these teams are starting to understand the sequences. They know the tendencies. So Barr and Diescu need to look to change things up today. Use that offensive love from Susanna Barr on Diescu getting bigger in the middle and really taking control if they're going to stand a chance against Todd and Johnson today.
Sitting pretty here on Championship Sunday on a pretty morning in Rockwall, Texas. Blue skies. The sun is out. It is 60 degrees, low humidity. Could not have a more perfect day to play pickleball. We've got 5 gold medals to hand out. Who is going to be taking home the championships? Stick with us to find out. There's more coming from the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped. Suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Thank you, Jack.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
The APP is presented by AARP, Franklin, Leo Rivet, and Pickleball United.
Thanks.
Jake from State Farm, I really need to know.
Go spicy or go home, right?
What? No. What if I'm not sure I have the right coverage for my car?
Oh, your agent can help me make sure it's just what you need.
What if I accidentally hit a food truck and it gets covered in empanadas?
You can file a claim on the app. At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs.
Thanks.
Oh.
That is too spicy. That's for you.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us with the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP. It's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
We are on to women's singles coming your way. We have Megan Fudge taking on Salome Devidze.
It's going to be about patterns between these two and who can get the other out of their pattern.
Yeah, too good there from Devidze.
Megan Fudge with the first game win of this women's singles gold medal match.
That's a great approach by Devidze at the right time.
Oh my gosh, 2 balls just dotted right in the corner. Gives Devidze game number 2. Good pressure from Devidze, so she takes it 11-7 and forces the 4th game tiebreaker to 15.
And you hear the crowd booing here because Megan Fudge walking off the course without the customary paddle tap.
No. Just frustration. And the paddle goes flying to the sideline.
The crowd giving Salome Devidze a roar for that hard-fought women's singles gold medal.
Gold always feels good. I can't be having a better day.
Look at Salome Devidze, the 37-year-old Georgian native born in Tbilisi. 5 APP gold medals won in 2023. All of those medals coming in singles. It's probably safe to say not a ton of love lost between Salome Devidze and Megan Fudge, but familiarity breeds not contempt, but competitiveness.
It's already a little chippy out there. They're warming up, and both of them are a little like. They're both frustrated right now.
You can cut the tension in the air with a knife.
You can right now. And Megan Fudge just a little frustrated right now because as they got on court, all of a sudden Devidze requests line judges, and that kind of slowed us up a little bit here, and Fudge seemed to be ready to go. And so again, like you just said, Chad, you can cut the tension with a knife.
I will say this. So we just looked back at that Mesa final. Where Fudge came from the winner's side of the bracket, Devidze having a double dip. Fudge is a completely different singles player now compared to Mesa. And Fudge is a different singles player in the last 3 tournaments compared to Mesa.
How is Fudge's game different in singles from Mesa until now?
She has come out, especially last week, she just came out very aggressive, really putting the pressure on. Good deep balls, going sideline to sideline, coming up on those approach shots, solid volleys. So it's been a very impressive adjustment from Fudge in the last couple of months.
For me, it's her footwork, and it's all the time. I mentioned it yesterday. It's all the time that she spends off the court working. And that footwork and all the drills and everything that she's doing off the court to help her mobility has helped her become a better singles player late in the season. And I love how she looks right now. It's going to be a battle right now between these two.
Fudge travels the country in an RV with her husband Ryler DeHart. Their 2 kids traveling from tournament to tournament. Salome Devidze, she was the woman to beat on tour before Megan Fudge elevated her game. Now these two going back and forth. This is the 4th time we've seen this matchup on Championship Sunday. Devidze taking the matches in Mesa, in New York City, in New Jersey. They were supposed to play, but Fudge withdrew, so Devidze won by default. What is the difference maker going to be in this matchup?
Well, I think, and we've seen the adjustments from Devidze's game as well, but if you try to go baseline game with Devidze, you're feeding her the pace that she wants, and she generates the power from that baseline game. If you get her moving, then, she's not as solid.
We are underway here in the women's singles gold medal match. And the first point goes to Salome Devidze as the forehand wide off the paddle of Megan Fudge.
Well, and what you're going to see, too, from Megan Fudge is you're going to see her try and change the pace of the ball up. She's going to hit some looping forehands to the baseline, and then she'll really rip through some of those, trying to change the pace up on Devidze.
Devidze catching a friendly net cord to get on the board first. And Megan Fudge, that was one of her great issues yesterday. The net cord was unkind all the way around to everyone. And Fudge on the receiving end of a couple of those in her doubles match with Susanna Barr.
1-0.
That's a big serve there from Devidze.
And unlike yesterday, the wind is coming from the top of your screen to the bottom of your screen. The past 2 or 3 days, it's been the opposite. And now these players having to make that adjustment too.
Fudge can't find the court as she's wide again on the forehand. What's the best way to adjust to wind that you are not prepared for?
Well, again, it's not, and it is. It's unprepared, being that the fact that the wind is shifted here, and it's shifted from Megan Fudge's back now into Devidze's face at the moment. It's not as much of an adjustment as it is almost a mental kind of side of things, where these players need to just think and be like, okay, I don't need to go for as much here, and if I'm using the wind in my face, I can really kind of grip and rip a ball and let that wind knock my ball down.
4-0 in favor of Salome Devidze as Fudge drops a ball into the net. Unforced error off of the forehand side. Devidze started playing tennis at age 5, moved to the United States at the age of 10, and started playing on the ITF circuit at age 16. Had a lot of success in her career, both as a junior and in college at Oklahoma State.
Well, that's part of what you were talking about there, Dom. Devidze is really putting pressure on, and that wind is knocking it down just inside the baseline. Fudge hits a similar ball there, and it just blows a little bit deep. So, you know, it is a difficult adjustment when you're trying to hit that passing shot and you can't go for as much.
5-0. That ball did not come up the way Fudge thought it would, but you saw her court cover. She was able to get to that ball easily.
Well, she's able to get there, and the wind pushed it down, right? So, again, the wind's at her back. So as soon as Devidze cuts this block, it just knocks it down. And as Fudge is approaching it, it's not coming up to her.
Another return error from Megan Fudge. And this quickly getting out of hand as Fudge is taking a timeout, trailing 7-0 here as we head to the Tervis hydration break in this women's singles gold medal match. And this feels like, for as well as Megan Fudge has been playing as of late, this feels a little bit more like New York City.
I'm so sorry.
As Chad takes out the entire broadcast booth.
I am so sorry right there.
As I was saying, this feels more like New York City, where Devidze came out and controlled the match from start to finish. Their matches have been more competitive since then, but aside from the wind, what can Fudge do to establish some type of momentum here?
Well, again, right now, she's not making the proper adjustments with the wind at her back. When she was warming up, which is interesting to think, I was just thinking of it, she warmed up on this side nearest us, which was the wind in her face. She really didn't hit any balls from that other side. So, again, making this adjustment, she didn't practice from that other side. She only practiced with the wind in her face, so she's not making those adjustments right now.
There were a few balls that she hit with Ryler DeHart on the opposite side, but you're right, Dom, not as many as she was hitting from the bottom of the screen towards the top. The one thing in Fudge's favor is she will get to come to this side in the next game.
Yes.
And another ball is wide, and nothing going the way of Megan Fudge to start this match.
There's just no rhythm to anything right now. Got to find it quick here.
The call is out. Another point goes the way of Devidze. One of the tough things about playing Devidze is that style of first strike pickleball that's more like first strike tennis. And that's one of the areas where Fudge is really concentrated in the matchup between the two. Beautiful forehand there from Devidze.
Excellent approach shot there to come up and close to the kitchen line. Takes that ball out of the air. Nice angled roll.
And that gives game point quickly to Salome Devidze, up 10-0 here in game number 1. And I think if you would have asked any of us prior to this, none of us saw it coming as a 10-0, potentially 11-0 game number 1. Fudge finally able to find a forehand winner.
That was a much better ball from Megan Fudge on the ball down the line. She took something off it. She created some shape, and that's a beautiful ball right there from her. Now, again, can she get some momentum towards the end of this first game that would carry over into game 2?
Fudge able to earn the side out. Still 0-10. Make it 1-10 is Devidze not able to handle the deep serve.
Well, and that's a big serve with the wind. And it just kicks up into Devidze's body.
Fudge not able to handle the short hop. The ball not bouncing. You can see how frustrated she is.
Well, Devidze's hitting through the wind, right, and it's in her face, and she's just using the wind to her advantage because every time she hits a ball right now, it's getting knocked down, and especially when she keeps it that low, it's never going to come up.
Game point number 2 for Salome Devidze. Fudge moving Devidze towards the forehand side. Devidze can't make the play. Fudge able to side out. So a couple of better points here over the last 3 or 4.
Well, that's the second approach in a row there where Devidze's come up and Fudge has gotten that ball down below the net, making a much more difficult volley for Devidze.
Devidze catches the net. Another point for Megan Fudge.
Well, again, it's good point construction right now. It's kind of flipped a little bit here for Megan Fudge's favor as she is controlling the ball a little better now. She almost got a feel for that side. But again, it's never too late. We've seen comebacks like this in pickleball numerous times.
We've seen comebacks on Championship Sunday as well. You go back to New York City and Will Sobek and Vuk Velichkovic. Lob sails long.
You haven't said Velichkovic in a while.
I know. It took a second.
You were on it, though. You were on it. Just heard about him this weekend. Some people were talking about him. He is back in the States, and so we'll be looking forward to seeing him back on the court very soon.
Certainly brings the excitement, does the Wolf.
He does.
Game point number 3.
Oh, my God. The angle off that overhead.
What an angle to catch the line. Game 1 goes the way of Salome Devidze. 11-2 over Megan Fudge. We'll have Game 2 action coming up next here on Championship Court. Don't go anywhere. We are just getting started at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
The APP is presented by Skechers, Power Plate, Yola, and Humana.
Salome Devidze taking game 1 over Megan Fudge in clinical fashion, 11-2. The 37-year-old Jupiter, Florida, currently makes her home in New York City, born in Tbilisi, Georgia. Restores RVs for fun, so you would think there's some common ground there. There is not when these two step onto the court. Devidze with a 1-game lead, trying to double-dip Megan Fudge here in the women's singles gold medal final. What's going to be the major adjustment that Devidze needs to make on that side of the court?
Well, Devidze was going for everything into the wind. Now that she's going with the wind, if she goes for as much, that ball's going to go deeper. ball's just wide. But now you see the differences in Megan Fudge's ball. Now it's also getting knocked down by the wind. So all of those balls are below the net. Much more difficult for Devidze to volley from.
Fudge can't make the forehand. It looks to me that she's a little bit back on her heels when she's trying to hit.
Well, right there on that one, at least she was back on her heels. The ones that she dropped just over the right side of the net early in that last point, she was moving forward, using her body and her momentum. That one, she just leaned back just a little too much.
On credit, Salome Devidze, she does have one of the more powerful ground strokes on tour.
Yeah,
what a winner from Fudge, cross court, wow.
But that's the court coverage that we were talking about at the beginning. She's pulled out wide here to the backhand side, gets a ball below the net. Devidze pulls her out to the forehand, but what Devidze does is she slides a little bit too much line. It gives Fudge that big shaping cross court there into the wind, drops down, fantastic shot.
That's exactly the type of point that Megan Fudge needed. Oh, smart decision there from Devidze, going behind Fudge, trying to go cross court.
Yeah, that ball was just inside the baseline. Somehow Devidze kept it in. I thought it was going to keep going with the wind.
0-0. Still 0-0. Each player with 2 service sides. No score yet here in game number 2 of the women's singles gold medal match, after Devidze ran out to an 11-2 win in game 1. Side out in favor of Megan Fudge.
So again, Devidze just having to make a little adjustment right here. She's missed deep twice now. The wind at her back.
Oh, Fudge picked the right direction but couldn't get there in time.
Well, good ball right there. Good approach shot here from Salome Devidze. She pinned Fudge in that corner, and then Devidze comes up with that forehand and doesn't hit it too hard, doesn't have to do too much with it, just has to hit her spot. Beautiful forehand volley from Devidze.
The winds are blowing at about 5 miles an hour to the north here in Rockwall. Just outside of Dallas, Texas, as Devidze takes a little bit off and finds the space for a point.
Yeah, Devidze adds a little bit more shape on that backhand there. It drops in short.
1-0. 1-0, finally a score. That ball wide off of the backhand side.
Tries to go for the same shot there, this time pulling it wide. And mishits it a little bit.
But again, you're seeing the adjustment made very quickly from Devidze, even though she was just long on 2 baseline shots and then just wide there. She's not missing by much. She's making the adjustment here early with the wind at her back.
Well, Devidze is mixing up her shots as well. She's hitting flatter balls, then she adds some topspin, and they're shorter. So she's changing lengths, she's changing speeds, and she's changing heights with that spin.
Megan Fudge visibly frustrated, looking towards her husband, Ryla DeHart, just raising her hands, going, "What am I doing?" And she's not able to figure out Salome Devidze quite yet.
That's a nice drop shot right there from Megan Fudge. Again, it's that same spot she had earlier where she got Devidze when she tried to go cross court. She takes something off it, and again, uses that wind to knock the ball down.
0-1. Battle of attrition brewing here in game 2. as Fudge able to finally get on the board 1-all.
Yeah, and what I'm noticing lately, too, is Fudge has a little bit more kick in that serve. She's going heavy topspin, and right now it's elevating a little bit more. Devidze gets on top of that one.
Fudge not able to get the backhand to clear the net, but the service game, especially on the women's side, has been one of the areas in which the game has moved the most in terms of power in dictating points from the service line.
Well, the guys started it, maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, getting really big with their serves, and now you see more and more of the women doing the same exact thing because they know it's such an advantage to have a big serve.
John Isner will tell you all about it. Beautiful point construction there for Fudge and earns the easy put away.
Yeah, the volley is what really sets it off there. It's a good absorption cut volley that pulls Devidze off the court, really opens it up, and then she's got that easy volley put away.
And this is what we saw last weekend, and that was what she was doing so well last weekend, was coming to the kitchen line and volleying so well, that being Megan Fudge.
Fudge not able to get there in time. Fudge did drop game one in the women's winners bracket final as well. That one's 7-11 before turning around and taking games 2 and 3, 3 and 2. As we are locked at 1 here in game number 2 of the women's winners bracket final. We're just trading side outs at this point. Settle in, folks. This one could go for a while. Another point for Devidze as Fudge can't find the court on the defensive lob.
Yeah, the wind just did not push that down like she was anticipating with throwing that ball up. And it's a good choice to throw the ball up there.
2-1.
2-1 in favor of Devidze. Make it 3-1. Fudge comes up short off the forehand side.
She's coming up. She stood up on that last one, doesn't stay down and through that. You got to stay down through your strokes right now. Especially that ball is getting on her really quick because of the wind at the back of Salome Devidze. That's great shape on the ball down the line there from Megan Fudge. Again, off the tape, Devidze tries to go back down that line. And Chad, we saw that last weekend too. She was creating shape on balls down the line just like that, where she hooks that ball back in.
Margins razor thin on that winner. 1-3. Fudge trying to move forward and in the transition zone.
Yeah, a little slice change there from Devidze. Ball just slides through the court a little bit.
But I think it gave Fudge a ball that she should handle and would be easily moving in on and having a great approach shot, but she just rushes through it right there.
This is the most visibly frustrated we've seen Fudge in a long time. Typically fairly stoic on court.
3-1.
That's just well played by Devidze, using the open court to her advantage.
Well, I mean, Devidze is going for everything right now, and she's getting those balls to drop in right inside the baseline, and she's just putting so much pressure on Fudge. Devidze certainly wasn't hitting the balls as clean on Thursday as she is right now.
Easy put away from Devidze at the kitchen line. And the one thing that you cannot do if you want to beat Salome Devidze is you cannot give her opportunities to play clean pickleball.
When you watch her right there, she's taking stuff off because she knows she got that little extra wind in her back. She's taking stuff off, just creating some shape and moving sideline to sideline. She's setting up points very nicely right now and is able to come in and crash that kitchen line. So good job by Devidze right now. We got the timeout from Megan Fudge here, down by 4.
Are you surprised that we have not seen the adjustment from Fudge on this side of the court that maybe we expected given the wind situation here?
Well, yes and no. There have been times where she's trying to rush that shot to get it off before Devidze can get into position, and the difficulty with that is a little bit of additional pace from the wind behind Devidze. It's getting on her a little bit quicker. So you add in the rushing to get the shot off. You're with a ball that's getting on you faster. It's kind of throwing the timing off a little bit as well. But again, like I was saying, Devidze is going for everything, and she's getting those balls to drop in. So she hasn't let up on the pressure at all on Megan Fudge, and it's a difficult task right there, because then if you go too slow, then Devidze is going to step up and she's going to create even more angle.
Devidze, is the pressure that Fudge is feeling right now, is it coming from the internal of not being able to play the match that she wants, or is it the pressure that Devidze is applying?
Pressure right now. Devidze's putting on a ton of it right now. She's making good adjustments. And look at her. She's just coming up when she wants to right now. She's doing a good job of controlling that kitchen line.
And the way Devidze is playing, it is clinical right now. And she has opened up a 6-1 lead here in game number 2. Already up one game. Took game 1 11-2. Should Devidze win, we would go to a championship tiebreaker, because Devidze coming through the back draw to take on Fudge here in this women's singles gold medal match. Fudge with the backhand into the net, another point for Devidze.
So we always talk about that too, is that is the fact that Megan Fudge does have that game to 15 in her back pocket. And we've seen people get beat pretty bad in a 2 out of 3 and then come back, and it's a totally different game in the 1 game to 15. So she does have that in her back pocket because she was undefeated coming into today.
Never want to have to use it, but it's a good option just in case.
Ooh, that one hung up there a long
into
time.
Play as Devidze catching it off the edge guard. Fudge able to earn the side out.
Our papers go flying in the booth there as well. So a little bit of gust there helped to hold that ball up longer there for Fudge.
It might be the break that Megan Fudge was waiting for. So we have a little bit of contention here, because the ball, Fudge was asking our lead referee.
Ball was out.
Yes,
it looked out from our vantage point. She's
ball.
asking the lead ref, James Otto, was whether or not the ball was out.
You did not make a call.
Well, Megan, the ball was out, but you played it.
No, we stopped playing.
You played the shot. I'm the head ref.
So Fudge is arguing that she asked for confirmation on whether or not that ball was out before she hit it back over the net.
But she actually never made a call, though.
Which is
that's what the discussion is
right.
That she didn't make a call. She just turned to Otto and asked, "Did you see that out?"
Which he's saying that you needed to call it out, not just ask if I saw it. And that's what Devidze is saying, is that she did not make that call out, so now you cannot call that ball out because it got played back.
And it was definitely out.
It was
out by a couple of inches.
That's why I'm kind of surprised that Megan
didn't call
it right
it out.
away, because it was well out. It was not even close.
It felt like we were all surprised here in the booth when she played it back without a call.
I totally was.
Yes.
But so now she didn't make a call. She hit it. Devidze was like standing straight up
because she
knew
thought it was out.
But the call was not made.
Mark Pfeiffer consulting James Otto right now, and the call is going to stand here.
Final rule, ball is hit, point.
So right now, the biggest thing, in my opinion, right now for Megan Fudge is to reset. You got to reset. Got to mentally stay here. Get some momentum back in this game. Hopefully turn this second game around. If not, you have to get some momentum going into that game to 15.
Have to find something that you can build on moving towards that championship tiebreaker, because the call on the court was that the ball was in by rule because there was no verbal out call. So it's a side out back over to Devidze. Devidze consolidating with the forehand put away point to make it 8-1.
Well, great movement by both of these ladies here, as it looked like both of them had control at some point or another throughout that point, but then Devidze finding the open area.
Yeah, I thought Fudge was actually going to go down the line there on that forehand. She chose to go cross court. She was anticipating that Devidze was going to slide to the left, thinking that she was going to go down the line as well.
8-1 in favor of Salome Devidze here in game number 2, as we are trending towards that championship tiebreaker. That would be a 1 game to 15 to decide the women's singles gold medal here at the APP Dallas Open. Opening our play, we've still got 4 more gold medal matches to come up, getting started with one of the best head-to-head battles that we've seen on tour this year. As we mentioned, the 4th time that these two have played. Devidze has medaled in every tournament that she has played this year. The majority of those have been gold. All of her medals have come in women's singles. Megan Fudge has been racking up the medals as well. Women's singles, women's doubles. She's medaled a couple times in mixed doubles. Got to find something right now to hold on to try and get some momentum here. What can that be from the way that this match has gone, Dom?
Well, again, it's the momentum factor. Right now, she's got to gain a little bit of momentum. Again, it's not always about this one. It's about having that game to 15 in her back pocket. She's got that. Again, gain some momentum here at the end of game number 2. Hey, maybe pull out game 2 and force a game 3. But again, it's the momentum factor. It's all on Devidze's side right now.
Honestly, I would like to see Fudge kind of take a page out of the men's singles book right now. Drop, get into a little bit more of a cat and mouse. She moves much better than Devidze does, and I think she can kind of get her on the run a little bit more. Right now, she's feeding into that same play style that Devidze wants, with getting firmer balls coming back.
Fudge with some tremendous defense, but it sails long. That brings up match point for Salome Devidze, 10-1 here in game number 2. Devidze taking an extra moment to walk towards the line.
10-1.
It's wide off of the forehand wing, and we will have a championship tiebreaker to open up Championship Sunday here at the 2023 APP Dallas Open. Don't go anywhere. We've got a 1 game to 15 to decide it all coming up next.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Wait, take
for...
a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time.
002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us. With the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP, it's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
From tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
The APP is presented by LS, Gamma, the Boca Raton, and Franklin.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Hey, Jake from State Park. You know, it's really scary. Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go. Want some water?
Yeah, throw my cup of ale.
I saw.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game. Because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
The APP is presented by Pro XR, C&D Nets, Discount Tire, and Sports Illustrated.
From tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped, suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
From the Volpe family to yours. Fine cured meats we've been crafting since 1902. Our secrets are simple. Care comes from the time it takes to do things right. Character comes from the hard work and determination it takes to make it. Craft comes from the traditions passed down over 4 generations. Delicious doesn't need to be complicated. That's the Volpe way, where passion and love go into everything we do. From John and Armando and Lorenza and Diana. From our family to yours.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us. With the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP, it's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
Pickleball Magazine has what you're looking for. Our bi-monthly print publication will help you become a better player with instructional tips, drills, and articles from the top teaching pros in the sport. And you'll become a healthier, stronger player with psychological, nutritional, and wellness advice from experts in their fields. Finally, if it's product reviews or the latest news, we have that too. To learn more or to subscribe today, go to pickleballmagazine.com.
From the Volpe family to yours. Fine cured meats we've been crafting since 1902. Our secrets are simple. Care comes from the time it takes to do things right. Character comes from the hard work and determination it takes to make it. Craft comes from the traditions passed down over 4 generations. Delicious doesn't need to be complicated. That's the Volpe way, where passion and love go into everything we do. From John and Armando and Lorenza and Diana. From our family to yours.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Wait, take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time.
002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
The APP is presented by Selkirk, Rainstorm, State Farm, and Tervis.
Welcome back to Championship Court here at the 2023 APP Dallas Open. Salome Devidze has come through the backdraw. She took the first 2 games against Megan Fudge, 11-2, 11-1 to force a winner-take-all championship tiebreak. First one to 15 takes home the gold medal in the women's singles championship game. Don't go anywhere. That championship tiebreak is still on deck. We've got plenty more action as they are blowing down the course, trying to make sure that it's all nice and clean for the championship tiebreaker. We've got plenty more action on the other side of the break. Stick with us.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped. Suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
The APP is presented by Pickleball Magazine, Vlasic, Drip Drop, and AMN Healthcare.
Retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Isn't it wonderful to be retired?
Welcome back to Championship Court as we get set for the championship tiebreaker here in the women's singles gold medal match. Happens when the backdraw finalist wins 2 of the 3 games. Devidze did that in convincing fashion. And now we have 1 single game to 15 winner take all. Dom, for Megan Fudge, what did the strategy have to be coming out to start here?
It's literally the mental game right now. It is let that go. Right? Seriously, just let the 2 out of 3 go. This is a brand new match here on Championship Court for the gold medal. Let it go. Get back to basics. Keep your strokes nice and sweet. And come out on top.
Chad, for Devidze, she's in the driver's seat, having won convincingly in the first 2 games.
She doesn't need to make any adjustments right now until Fudge forces her to make an adjustment. She still needs to be aggressive. Keep hitting that ball cleanly. Keep putting the pressure on.
Fudge able to get a side out to start, and a little fist pump.
Those are fist pumps on a ball that Devidze hits into the net. That's exactly what Megan Fudge needs to feed off. She needs to feed off of positive points, and that's a positive point right now.
Didn't see many fist pumps from Fudge in that first of 2 games.
Here she comes. Here she comes, right?
There's Fudge with the backhand, beautifully deadened that ball.
Yeah, and again, but it's here she comes right out of the gate. She hits the third, and she comes in.
First time Fudge has had a lead here in this women's singles gold medal match, and a return long, 2-0 Fudge.
Yeah, another big serve there from Fudge.
2-0.
Oh, backhand. What a beautiful slice from Fudge. She's fired up.
Well, that's an excellent approach shot from her there as well. Adds a little bit of height to it, so by the time it drops in, she's already up at the kitchen line, and then again just absorbs that volley nicely, dropping it in.
This is the singles player of Megan Fudge that we've seen over the last 3 or 4 tournaments, as it's a 4-0 lead. Devidze drops the forehand in the net.
We talk about it all the time, Chad. How often do we see the 2 out of 3 gone, done? It's out of your mind, and now it's a game to 15, totally new game, and we see 2 totally different results and 2 totally different players right now. As Salome Devidze is in her chair right now, face in her towel, trying to figure out what she needs to do right now.
What does she need to do?
Well, now she has to, just exactly what Dom said. Fudge has now come out. She's got high intensity. It's a mental aspect right here where she's coming out and saying, yes, I know I can do this. I can put the pressure on everything. Devidze now has to try to slow herself down because Fudge has set the tempo. She's hitting those deeper balls. As Fudge comes up and after that approach shot, Devidze can't try to hit it through her, because what happens is she tries to dig in and hit that ground stroke. Well, now she's stuck at the baseline. Fudge absorbs it. She's not going to come up for it. She has to add some shape to it, some softness to it.
Oh. And tremendous defensive effort. Devidze able to side out.
Yeah, so this time Devidze was up at that kitchen line before Fudge could get up there, and she's controlling the point. I think what this is going to come down to is who can get to the kitchen line first, who can control it, absorb it, move the other player around, rather than this baseline game.
Devidze able to get up to the kitchen line and put it away with the backhand.
So that's twice that Fudge has gone and had to go to her backhand. You watch this, and what she tries to do is go back cross court. And I'd like to see her just either try and go down that line flat or just drop it to that spot and then recover back to the middle.
Give herself more time to take on Devidze's next shot.
She was there. She was set up. Just can't get under it enough. And right off the Sketcher sign here on Championship Court.
Back-to-back points for Salome Devidze, trailing 2-4 here in this 15-point championship tiebreak.
2-4.
First round in this tournament went the way of Megan Fudge in the winners bracket final. That was a 3-game affair. well-constructed point. Devidze with the winner.
Yeah, Fudge tried to absorb a couple of those volleys, but Devidze stepping up and staying composed. She didn't try to do too much there, just made Fudge hit a couple more balls, go back behind her, open that court up till she got that finishing volley.
3-4.
3-4. Unforced error into the net. Fudge able to force the side out.
Yeah, and that was a similar forehand that we saw from Devidze that she missed into the net on that first point. Doesn't get underneath it, comes across the top of it, and just rolls that straight down into the net cord.
Well, Fudge did tell me earlier this morning she still has the lucky socks that she wore in Atlanta, has them on again today, trying to find a little bit extra to come through in this championship tiebreak.
If she was a baseball player, chances are those probably aren't washed.
And aren't washed either, right.
I'm not sure the sport matters. If you want luck, you're not taking any chances.
5-3.
Side out for Devidze.
Yeah, got a little lucky with the net cord there and actually deadened that ball. Fudge having to come forward to get it, floats it a little bit, and Devidze closes.
3-5.
Devidze pushes the backhand wide. Wind has picked up here over the last couple seconds. It's now gusting across championship court.
5-3.
Fudge paints the corner with the backhand winner.
Well, Devidze wasting no time coming in either here. Right off of her return, she comes in, but then Megan Fudge finds that line. Nice job. And that's what we were talking about earlier, her going flat down that line. She finds it there.
Fudge doubling up Devidze 6-3. Beautifully constructed point, and Devidze now finds herself trailing as Fudge turns to the crowd with a fist pump.
Well, the difference right there at the volley is that forehand volley, then the backhand, but she takes so much off that first forehand volley that Devidze has to come forward and just opens up that other half of the court.
Third ball air off the backhand side. Devidze able to force his side out, but finds herself trailing by 4 here in the championship tiebreak.
3-7.
Point for Devidze as Fudge makes the forehand error. The first time these two played that went to a championship tiebreak, Devidze won that 15-9 back in Mesa to take the gold medal over Megan Fudge. Just catches the line on the backhand roll. What a shot.
Well, it's great control right there from Devidze. As you watch her approach here, she doesn't do too much with that, right? She could easily overhit that. She doesn't. She takes something off and just pushes it to that sideline. Beautiful shot from Devidze.
Fudge going right at the hip of Devidze.
And the setup there was that forehand roll cross court. She takes a little bit of pace off of it, gets it to drop below the net. Devidze can't do much with it, leaves it in the middle of the court, and then Fudge steps up, puts that right into the body.
Oh, here we go. Devidze getting into it now. Goes backhand behind Fudge.
Well, nice setup right here. Not that one. The one before by Fudge where she took something off it. Made Devidze hit up on it. Fudge had a couple options. Devidze guessed right down that line and then just punches it right back.
5-7.
Devidze not known for showing emotions, but when she does, it's typically in a big way. And Devidze not able to put that away. Fudge earns the side out. We have not seen many mishits from Devidze today.
What I was going to say is that is a very tough volley. High on the backhand side is difficult to control. Forehand side, yes, that's a put away. Backhand side, a lot of players struggle with that.
Oh, Fudge finding the line. A hand slap with her doubles partner, Susanna Barr, as Fudge heads into the end change with the lead.
That's a great spot right there from Fudge on that volley. But again, just the momentum shift here in this game to 15.
Well, if Fudge hits a flat volley right there, that ball goes wide. But the fact that she cut it, it caught enough wind that it just sat down nicely. And I don't think Devidze thought that that ball was going to land in. That volley there, she cuts it, and the wind grabs it enough.
And she grabs the high five from her partner for later on this afternoon, Susanna Barr, in that women's doubles final.
Women's doubles gold medal match coming up after the men's singles gold medal match. Barr giving Fudge some encouragement, a little advice before both players change ends, as Fudge will head towards where she started this match over on what is the far side from the broadcast booth. And that has been the side, fellas, that has been a little bit more difficult in the way that it's played today. What adjustments need to be made as these players move on the end change?
So now, again, Fudge was using the wind to her advantage, whereas knocking down some of her balls that she's rolling in. Now she's got the wind at her back. So she's going to have to back off just a little. But the key here is when you back off, don't change your stroke. Keep the stroke the same. It's just the speed of the stroke. So, again, what people will tend to do is they'll try and aim it. Instead of stay athletic, hit through the shot. But, again, you just have to change the speed of your stroke right there. And we'll see who makes the adjustment here.
Kind of like swinging to hit versus swinging not to miss in baseball.
Correct, exactly.
And that's what Don was saying is you start swinging and then you stop halfway through and try to aim it. If you can just keep a consistent pace all the way through that.
And where this will help Fudge too is when she's approaching the kitchen line. The balls that Devidze is going to hit now aren't going to go as fast. They're going to die a little sooner, so she's going to be able to come up a little bit more than she already is, which is a lot, and she's going to be able to put that pressure on.
4-point lead for Megan Fudge, 9-5. Inside the line, everything going the way of Megan Fudge in this championship tiebreak.
Well, the big difference for Fudge here as well is that she's not trying to rush through these shots. We're seeing a much better job staying down in her legs. She's not popping up. She's executing that shot before she's trying to recover for the next ball.
That's a beautiful drop there from Devidze, with a lot of pressure on her too, because Fudge hit a looping forehand that really dipped late at the baseline. She gets on top of that two-hander and drops it in. Nice shot there from Devidze.
Devidze able to earn the side out, trailing by 5. Easy overhead put away for Devidze.
The same angle that she ended game 1 with, just inside the corner. This one a little bit more inside the line than the previous, but still a fantastic angle on that overhead.
Devidze has found a lot of success going behind Megan Fudge in this match.
Well, because Megan Fudge is great with her footwork, so she's trying to anticipate Devidze going side to side every time when she's got an opening. Devidze just punches back to the vacated area. It's a perfect shot for her, and she has kind of exposed that a little bit when she gets to the kitchen line.
Anticipation, one of the biggest skills that translates so well from tennis into pickleball. Oh, Megan Fudge, you cannot beat that forehand winner in the corner.
Well, it's the setup shot down the line. She pulls Devidze out wide on that forehand side, and then as Davidze's trying to recover back, goes deep corner.
Fudge with a lot more depth on her shots here in this championship tiebreaker than in games 1 and 2.
Well, it's part of using the legs.
That's sprayed wide. Fudge being very emphatic about every out call here in the championship tiebreaker as well.
Well, and to her energy. She feeds off of that. If she's low energy, she's not as high, meaning she's not into it as much. She needs that high energy.
Cross-court forehand winner. Another point for Megan Fudge. How many of those can she make?
Again, it's staying down the legs. Gets underneath that one. Nice roll. And it's tough as well because if you're Devidze. Fudge wasn't making those balls in the first 2 out of 3 to 11. Now she's hitting the balls a little bit cleaner. She's keeping those balls inside the lines where she was pulling wider early on. So now you have to just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put a paddle on every ball.
Putting a paddle on every ball. In addition to trying to get to everything, what adjustment does Devidze need to make now? Because it's crunch time. Fudge is 3 points away from taking this gold medal.
Well, Devidze had some success when she was coming in, but right now she's not able to because Fudge is coming in first and she's setting up the points a little better. What Devidze needs to do is take her time, set up that point, construct it to where she's got Fudge on the run, and she could come in and get to that kitchen line.
Well, Davidze's not hitting the ball as cleanly now either. She's not really able to apply the pressure like she was.
Time in with Megan Fudge on serve, leading 12-7.
Oh, that's just too
movement.
good.
How good is her footwork?
That last ball by Devidze should be a winner.
Yes.
This one right here. This should be a winner.
And it was.
Until it wasn't.
Until this game to 15.
Exactly.
Fudge can feel it now.
In the 2 out of 3, that was a winner.
Yeah, a bigger return there from Devidze. Put a lot more on that two-hand backhand, and it was flatter as well. So with Fudge getting underneath it, it just sat up in the wind and pushed deep.
So Devidze able to earn a crucial side out, trailing by 6.
My gosh. Don't count Devidze out. She's stepped it up a gear here on that return, and now the ground strokes here in this one going for a lot more, really putting pressure on Fudge.
Devidze looking so calm moving through that point as well. You would never guess that she was the player that was trailing here in this championship tiebreaker just by watching her through that point.
Yeah, a little long
Just
right there.
long,
Yep. Yeah, it looked deep.
Back-to-back points for Devidze. Those last 2 points, the hardest to close out in a championship tiebreak.
Well, again, right now, it's the last thing Megan Fudge wants to do is give Devidze any confidence, as she has her on the ropes. But 2 points in a row for Devidze.
9-13 now. Fudge, the winner to earn this side out. Back on serve.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a mishit approach shot there as well. Didn't put as much pressure on. Left that cross-court roll open.
Fudge wants to finish it on serve.
Oh, that's just wide. The ball is just wide.
Fudge calls it wide. Devidze trying to go around the post.
Yeah.
Razor thin margins.
Ball. So ball looked. So it got overruled?
Got overruled.
It got overruled.
Take a look here.
And unfortunately, this ball is out.
Yeah.
And it gets overruled. Again, Dorian, mark that because that's huge because that was a point.
So
and that was championship point.
What
for
would have brought up championship point for Megan Fudge is overturned on the call. It gives the serve back over to Salome Devidze, trailing by 4. And now Fudge and Devidze debating the call on the line.
This is how it's. I'm not sure if we have that shot down the line there. Tough to see from.
Points at a premium in championship tie breaks, so you want to make sure that you are getting the call. Fudge.
You made an out call. Ball was dead. Ball was in.
No, so what's happening is Devidze is saying that she didn't call Fudge's ball out. She's saying that she didn't call Fudge's ball out. She was. I'm not sure if we.
Mark Pfeiffer is going to be summoned to court again.
The ball in question is the ball that was on the line on Devidze's side of the court.
Was it on the line? That's the question.
Well, that's the but that is the
side,
that is the ball that we are.
Yes.
But
or the shot.
What was hurt? It's this ball
right here. This backhand.
That right.
She doesn't. What she's saying is that she did not make a call. She plays at this. She plays this ball. Right. She plays this ball here. And then Fudge doesn't play it because Fudge thinks that Devidze made the out call.
I thought we thought we heard
there was a noise, but what Devidze is saying is that it wasn't an out call, it was a grunt.
What a point from Fudge. Ends it with the backhand winner to bring up championship point.
Wow, what? I mean, this is just a war here on the court between these two ladies. Sideline to sideline, and then finally Fudge able to create some space with the backhand winner.
Fudge with championship point. The forehand goes wide, and Megan Fudge outlasts Salome Devidze to capture the women's singles gold medal in the championship tiebreak, 15-9. We will hear from Megan Fudge when we return here on Championship Court at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
Need to sell tickets for an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office. Manage ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. And we go beyond the barcode. Introducing Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
The APP is presented by AARP, Volpe, and PowerPlate.
And here's your Boca Raton championship point. Chad, what are you seeing here?
Yeah, Megan Fudge coming into this game to 15, making a big adjustment, putting the pressure on Devidze, as you see here, taking it sideline to sideline, and then that final volley. It's an elevated volley, and we saw Devidze miss a couple on the backhand side. This time on the forehand side, just catches it a little late, and a fantastic adjustment from Megan Fudge to take the gold medal here. Dorian Kraft is courtside with both Salome and Megan.
Thanks, Chad. Everyone give it up. This was an absolute battle here in this women's gold medal singles match. Megan, we'll get to you in just a second. Salome, every time that you and Megan go against each other, we know it is going to be a war. We are always treated to a fantastic match. What was the biggest adjustment that you made from the winner's bracket final into today? You came out on absolute fire.
I think I came in a little more than I did in the finals, but Megan played great. She's had 2 really good weeks, and congratulate her.
Thank you, Salome. Ken Herman has the silver medal. Everyone give it up for Salome Devidze. It is now time for our gold medal interview powered by Franklin. Megan, the first 2 games didn't go your way. Everyone could see that. You were visibly frustrated, but you sat down before the championship tiebreaker. You looked very stoic. What were you going over in your mind to get yourself ready for the tiebreaker?
Yeah, I mean, I had to give credit to Salome. She played a flawless 2 games. I don't think she made an error. So, I had to accept that. Obviously, I didn't play the way I wanted to play, but I didn't set my willpower in that 3rd game. Just game to 15, I knew I had to just go to battle and go to war as such. But no, it was a great match. Congrats to her, obviously, on her silver medal coming back around, and a great fight always.
You and I have talked about how you wanted to implement more of your tennis game into your pickleball game to counter what Salome has been able to do. How did you use that to your advantage today?
Yeah, I mean, obviously coming out here, women's singles nowadays, it's a lot more a tennis game than a pickleball game. I try to make it a bit more pickleball. I'm trying to come in more and use my strengths there. I was fortunate at the end there, getting a couple of balls more back on the volleys. But no, she's a phenomenal pickleball player, singles player, and I just had to kind of insert all my skills into the game.
You and I talked about you wanting to enjoy every single moment of pickleball as long as it lasts. Enjoy this. Everyone give it up. Megan Fudge, your women's singles gold medal winner here at the 2023 APP Dallas Open.
Well, after game,
Yes, after the 2 out of 3, Chad, we always talk about bouncing back, and again, I think that's what you're leading into.
I was before we went over the PA system.
But the 2 out of 3, let it go, and that's exactly what Megan Fudge did.
Yeah, and you talked about it going into it as well. It's a mental change more than a physical change, and Fudge made that adjustment. You saw the intensity when she came out to start that one, and she just kept that going the whole way through.
What an accomplishment here for Megan Fudge. Back-to-back championships for her. Next up on Championship